Hello, lads.
Evening.
Good evening, all. Good evening.
Hello,
all.
matey.
Now,
Good afternoon.
Oh, there we are. Let me introduce the team for those who aren't aware. Above me for today, we've got Robert.
Yes.
Evening.
To my left, right, that way, is Lewis joining us this week after being away on assignment.
Back for one night only.
Oh, well, that's encouraging. And after the failure of episode 2 and re-signing him to another one-show deal, is Mr. Maxwell.
Howdy. Yeah, it wasn't my fault last Sunday. Blame Mourinho.
Pretty
Football
boring.
was so boring.
You
It was
fell
so
asleep.
boring. It actually sent me to sleep.
You fell asleep during the game. How can you fall asleep during a football game? How?
Because it was the most dull game I've ever
I've
seen.
only seen one other person
It was
fall
pretty dull, to be fair.
asleep, and that's Carl.
I fell asleep during England as well.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me because we can all
I'd actually rather watch
attest to
Mourinho.
that. Just Mourinho as well. Not even the football, just Mourinho.
I'm
Just
not about this
Mourinho.
Mourinho slander right now. I'm not about it.
Shush.
I like Mourinho. I admire
Mine is
Mourinho, but
Mourinho.
he's a genius. He's like serial winner, but his football is boring sometimes.
It can be when he wants it to be.
It's either really
in,
exciting or just dry.
Yeah, back when he was at Chelsea and everyone made the part of the bus memes.
Great. Well, seeing as you have mentioned Jose, we will get into our first topic, which is the North London Derby this weekend. When is it exactly? I forget.
Sunday.
Sunday,
Great.
I think it's 4:30.
I believe.
Half a kick-off. Lovely. Straight up, first thing before we get into specific predictions, go.
Do you want specific scores, or just want who's
Scoreline.
going to win?
Scoreline. Straight away, off the top.
I'd probably say like 2-0 Spurs.
2-0 Spurs.
Yeah,
Nice.
I reckon.
I'm very torn. Depends which Mourinho turns up. But if the exciting Mourinho turns up, 3-0 Spurs. If the boring Mourinho turns up, 0-0.
Oof. No, I don't. Rob?
I've got 3-1.
3-1.
2.
Spurs.
Yeah. I think
So
everyone.
I just all assumed that we was all saying Spurs, so I just didn't even give a team.
Yeah,
I just think, realistically, they've got way too much firepower in Arsenal. They've got such an inexperienced team. I
Spurs
see
aren't
them getting a goal. You know, they can leak a goal, but even Aubameyang's
True,
not firing
actually,
at the moment, is he?
Well, he's the only player they've got, really.
How precisely?
and he's
Other
not
than that,
performing.
If he's not farming, team isn't, as is
See,
seen.
Luke in the chat. 3-1 Spurs.
3-1
Big up.
Spurs. Boom.
Might have to put money on that now.
See,
To be fair, yeah, I could see Arsenal actually grabbing a goal or two. Yeah, Aubameyang's not been on it. It depends if people like if Pepe's on it, if Saka's on it, that kind of thing.
Pepe's out. He dropped nuts on someone last week.
Oh yeah.
I actually didn't even remember that.
That's Pepe not being on it.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be on it.
Maddie says in the chat 2-2.
No, Arsenal are scoring 2. Spurs 3-1 is 16-1.
Ooh.
That's not bad, you know.
You got to chuck money on it now. You've said it.
That's worth a good
It is
20 deposit there.
It is worth some money.
It's worth a strong 10 English, that, isn't it?
But you have
10
to.
English sterling.
You have to remember the point you brought up, Lewis, is the fact that you don't know what Jose's going to turn up.
Yeah, I
That's
feel like
the
he could have
worry.
had a really strong team out and you would still not be convinced until the 3-0 up.
And also, one thing that we've seen in Arsenal since Arteta's come in is the fact that for big games, Arsenal put in a shift. They have.
They do, to be fair.
But the thing is,
Yeah, but they don't win, do they?
well,
They're just
they
such,
beat us.
they're such terrible form at the minute as well.
Yeah, but they were in terrible
such
form
terrible
before they
form.
played us. And they got a 1-0 win because of Paul Pogba.
Yeah, but that's you though.
But realistically, are Man United one of the big four?
Not anymore.
Probably not.
Not anymore.
There you go then.
Don't know.
And you want to know what
We
Arsenal
don't
are in the
concern
table?
ourselves with mid-table
bottom
teams.
half. They're bottom half. That's all you need to know.
14th, bloody hell. That's cool.
Oh,
I can see him get spanked.
So
And it's not good. Not
let's
good to be
say
an Arsenal fan at the minute.
no, it's not. So I'm gonna say, let's say Arsenal lose. What happens with Arteta then?
I personally think you've got to give him time.
Yeah.
I think he's
you're
building
cool.
a culture at Arsenal which they haven't had for a while, which is all the players are buying into one style of football. Yes, he shored them up defensively. Yeah, they're creating a little bit less. But realistically, you'd rather solidify your defence and then tinker with your attacking play rather than, potentially just go all out attack. And look at Leeds. They're all out attack. They score 3, but they also concede 4. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
So I think he's creating a culture and give him a couple of transfer windows. I mean, realistically, look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Man United. Like, he's been hit and miss. Some people have said he needs to go. Some people rate him. But he's building a culture. He's had a couple of transfer windows. We'll see where it goes. I think it's got to be the same with Arteta, really.
Yeah. Playing in Champions League.
Precisely.
Won't be Champions League for a while. They'll be looking to make Europa
I think
next season.
I think with Arsenal, the way that the poor form they're in at the minute, I think imagine they sacked Arteta, it would just be even more of a shit show.
I agree.
Oh, they can't.
You
They can't. They'll do.
Who do they bring in to replace?
Pochettino.
Yeah, exactly. Who's going to
Well,
want to go?
Pochettino's going to go to Arsenal, isn't he?
I think the difference with Arteta as well is like the difference between Arteta and Emery, is like the image of the club. Like with Emery, they had poor form, but there was just such a laughing stock at the same time. Whereas
100%.
Arteta, they've got poor form, but he doesn't really do anything which is kind of like meme worthy as such. So it's like they don't really get laughed at anymore. Like Arsenal TV isn't a thing, because obviously COVID, all this, that, and the other. So it's kind of like, yeah, they're doing bad, but no one's like mocking them anymore. Whereas Emery it was like just getting so much stick all the time.
I will say,
I think.
Sorry, Rob, to butt in.
No, sorry.
Arsenal fan TV are still a thing, and ever since they do watch-alongs now, spaced out.
I
It
prefer
is
them.
funny.
It's still
The best Arsenal fan TV meme. It's that Thai guy, and it's when Morpay did something. He got a player sent off or something.
Oh, with
And he goes,
Guendouzi.
Morpay, you're a cheat. I hope Brighton get relegated.
Yeah, but ever since then, he's had a woeful time in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He
Thai
did
scared.
the same celebration against United, and then Brighton ended up losing. He took the
And it was
penalty
awkward,
against
wasn't it?
Liverpool and basically
Missed
subbed himself
it.
off. It was the man's just basically living he's living rent free in his own head.
He's a shit house, and it's all gone wrong for himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I rate the shithousery.
But exactly, we all love a good old shit house.
Another big shithouse is Ramos. Probably one of the biggest shithouseries on the planet.
He's a wind-up
I don't like
merchant.
the guy. I just don't like the guy.
But you wouldn't say no
there's
to him in your
22
team.
players on that pitch, no one lamps him. I do not know.
Mm.
You wouldn't say no
I
to
mean,
him.
realistically, are you gonna fight Sergio Ramos?
Probably not actually. No.
If you're Pepe.
Precisely.
If you're
Do you know what I
Pepe.
mean? Yeah, but Pepe was.
No.
If you Diego, is it Diego? No, what's his name? Costa. Diego Costa.
Yeah, Diego Costa.
Oh,
Yeah,
Diego
he'd fight
Costa.
him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's mental.
Yeah, but again, crazy.
Yeah.
And speaking of Real Madrid, what is happening at that club?
It's a weird one because they seem to be losing to these teams that are worse than them on paper, but then they seem to be beating good teams. It's a bit like Man United, I guess. Losing to poor teams and then beating good teams.
Making poor
You're not
teams
wrong.
look amazing.
Mm.
Yeah,
No, but the
with
thing
all
is,
that talent and all that money they've got on the pitch, realistically, other teams shouldn't have a chance.
no, but you're
actually don't
forgetting the main reason why Real Madrid have been at the pinnacle of European football for the last God knows how many.
Here we go.
Probably about 5 years.
Yeah, for 5 years. Ronaldo. You cannot say when you lose that many goals, you can't tell
well, yeah,
me
this is true.
you're not gonna you score for example, Ronaldo scores in the first minute, or anyone scores in the first minute. it demoralises the other team. It's like it does all sorts mentally for him. And like, oh great, uphill battle for
And
89
realistically, who have they brought in to replace his goals? Hazard, and has he returned
I was going to
the
say,
goal
yeah.
He's
threat that they
constantly
wanted?
injured.
Absolutely not.
Did you see that
He's
stat
injured again,
earlier
isn't
of for what they paid what Real Madrid paid to buy Hazard? He's cost them £72,000 per minute of football that he's played.
What?
It's just
Yeah, because he's played.
Yeah.
He's missed
So
more
little.
time with injuries than games, obviously.
yeah.
It's like because he's injured again after
He's
coming
had
back
more-
and scoring.
He's had more injuries
does-
at Real Madrid
It's
than
his
he had in
hamstring.
like 7 years at Chelsea.
But there's obviously got to be something with his conditioning. There can't not be, like with the conditioning at Real Madrid, because you can't tell me that a player can be playing week in, week out in such a busy schedule like the Premier League, and then all of a sudden he's injured every week.
Mm.
It doesn't happen. It's surely got to be something that Chelsea were doing right and Real Madrid are doing wrong.
Didn't he kind of let himself go when he
Oh,
went to Real
God,
Madrid?
yeah,
It was over.
I think
he blew up.
that's
It
probably
looked,
not
it
out,
looked
is it?
like 2011 Brazilian Ronaldo, like when he arrived.
Mhm.
I will say though, as well with Hazard, is that the same thing that's happening with him you could sort of see with Bale. Like when Bale got injured, he'd come back for a game and then get injured again. The only person who probably didn't have that, I'd probably say like the Ronaldo and a couple others who were just week in
But
week
I
out
feel-
there every week.
You've
I
got to
feel
think
like
with Bale.
Ronaldo.
Go on, I'm sorry.
I could say I feel like with Ronaldo though, he was kind of in charge of his own fitness, really, weren't he?
Mm.
Mm.
He's,
It's
got-
not
you've
like
got-
a physio's telling him what to do.
he's telling the physio what to do, probably.
Precisely.
But
You've got to think with Bale though. Like first couple of seasons he were there, he was actually unplayable, and he was fit like majority of the time as well. It was only the past few seasons he just thought I can't be asked in all honesty. So
it's the golf course.
Well, when
Yeah.
the fans giving you so much stick as well, that can't be great for your self confidence.
Yeah.
Wanting to get fit and wanting to get play every game.
I've got a bold prediction for Real Madrid
oh
Go on then.
Jesus, this is going to be
Oh,
wrong.
because
Is it
I do
probably,
believe
probably from Football Manager.
no, nothing to do with Football Manager, right? I believe last season, because of how Barcelona were towards the end of the season, they just bottled everything.
Mm.
Real Madrid were lucky to win the league. Yeah, they did go on their run towards the end, once Champions League wasn't a thing and all that. But I feel like they were lucky to win that. And I feel like for the next 5, yes, Barcelona are doing woeful. Real Madrid aren't doing that better themselves. I reckon the Spanish league will become a lot more open in the next 5-6 years.
I hope so. It deserves to be.
Because
It's at
what-
there is
Leicester's
some-
moves this season.
There is some good teams in there. Look at
Mm.
Sevilla. Do you know what I mean? People struggle to beat Sevilla. I mean, obviously, I know that who just turned them over. Was it Chelsea? Chelsea turned them over,
Yeah.
but
You really turned him over.
but realistically, Sevilla are a hard team to beat. You know, you've got your Atletis. I mean, even your teams like Real Sociedad, you'd
I think
expect
they're
them
top
to
of the
compete.
league.
What
They've
Sociedad?
they've
they are.
they've
David
had an
Silva's
incredible.
team.
They've had an incredible.
David
But like I
Silva's
say-
changing around.